Hello again and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you've seen and if you want to see more. Coming up in this episode, we have the highlights from Hull FC versus Castleford Tigers and Warrington Wolves versus HKR. So it's Friday night, and what does that mean? Well, I don't drink anymore, so it's Castleford Tigers visiting Hull FC and HKR going over to Lancashire to face Warrington Wolves. We saw the new signing at Hull, Will Smith, before the game, and he said that, well, okay, about the move to Hull was his reaction. Anyway, we come into this game with Hull, first of all, in 6th place, going against the team directly above them, Castleford Tigers, who they can draw on points to, but will only go above Castleford if they beat them by 70 points. In the second game, we have Hull Kingston Rovers in 9th, playing Warrington Wolves. Again, there's a 2 points difference between the two teams, but with a 4-0 win, they'll go above Warrington Wolves. Warrington Wolves will go above Hull Kingston Rovers, my apologies, with a 4-0 win. They've done that before this season. And it's the Halliwell Jones where we start off tonight. And after a huge win against Catalan's Dragons at the Magic Weekend, Warrington's season hit a brick wall in Daryl Powell's return to the jungle on Saturday. Now, their playoff hopes are remote at best, and eyes turn to next year. On the other hand, HKR bounced back after a Derby Day defeat to win against Wakefield, keeping themselves in touch with the top 6. They need to maintain their momentum from here. Only one of the 17 who started in the last week's defeat to Castleford Tigers does not feature in the Warrington 21-man squad. The man in question is young Riley Dean, whose absence suggests Peter Matautia may shift into the halves once again. Meanwhile, Carl Amor returns to the squad. For Hull KR, Sean Kenny Dowell is merely the latest loss to Danny Maguire's squad. Dean Hadley and Zach Fishwick are the other absentees from the win over Wakefield last time out. This may be a game all about momentum. Both teams operate with a mobile pack and like to throw the ball around, so the team who does this the most effectively will win, and with the more confidence, it may be Hull KR that does though. But anyway, let's look at who's been called up into the squad. And by squad, I mean starting lineup. Now the away side first of all. We see one change in the backs as Ben Crooks comes in as centre for Sean Kenny Dowell. We also see Will Dagger continue at standoff like he did against Wakefield. In the forward pack, we see the only change being Sam Royal in the pack as he goes up against the Warrington side, as the loanee from St Helens has completed a loan for the rest of the year at the Robins. On the bench, without Zach Fishwick, that means Will Tate will come onto the bench, and so does Greg Richards. And Jez Litton has swapped with Matt Parcell at dummy half. Will Maher is the remainder on the bench from last time out. For Warrington, we're expecting Josh Thulis to be in the fullback position as Greg Minikin comes back into the side. The halfback pairing will be Stefan Ratchford and George Williams, while Jake Wardle continues in the centre on his loan. In the forwards, Mulhern and Harrison continue as the starting forwards either side of Darryl Clark, Ben Curry and Oliver Holmes, while Matty Nicholson drops out of the starting 17. It's Jason Clark who starts at loose forward, while on the bench, Danny Walker comes back in. So does Carl Amor, who joined Joe Bullock and Thomas McKaylee. It was Warrington who came out of the blocks quickly as Jake Wardle was on the end of a great break by Darryl Clark, and he strips the rest of the field to score near the post for the opening try of the game to Warrington Wolves. This was converted by Radford for 6 points to 0. On the last tackle, it was Warrington who went in again. This time off a kick, Jake Wardle climbed up highest to get on the end of the bomb to score left on the left side of the pitch. That was a double, and it was 12-0 to Warrington. But Hull KR came back, and after a kick back inside by Ryan Hall, Mikey Lewis was beaten to the ball by Ben Crooks, who got Hull KR's first try of the game. But Peter Matautia was sent to the sin bin due to a high tackle on Lachlan Coote on the 27th minute, which started the change in action, and Hull KR took advantage of it. This time it was Wood who got the over from a Mikey Lewis short ball. Things got a bit different in the second half after Thomas McKaylee went over underneath the sticks, which Radford converted, which gave the Warrington side the lead yet again, 18 points to 12. But Matt Parcells got on the end of a decent ball back inside to score again for Hull KR. And after a Jez Litton kick was caught in the corner by Ethan Ryan, it was back on in Hull KR's favour. They had one more in them, Hull KR, and after this great bomb was spilled by Josh Thulis, it was Will Dagger who went over. That meant the comeback was complete for Hull KR as they win 30 points to 22. So on to the live TV game for the evening, and after Darryl Powell's return to Castleford was spoilt, it is former Hull FC boss, now cast boss Lee Radford, who'll be hoping for a happy return to the MKM Stadium. It's a game that in some ways could virtually secure the Tigers' status in the top 6, maybe even the top 5, as it could enable them to open up a 4-point gap on the chasing pack. One of the chasing pack, of course, is Hull FC, who simply can't afford to lose more ground in the race. Well, down the middle seems to be where the game could be lost or won, as the two are generally equal matched, but the absentee suffered by Hull FC could open the door for Castleford to get down an edge or down the middle. Should they do so and then get the ball in the hands of Westerman and co, they could easily win over Hull. But Hull have some X factors in the side, and will surely put up a performance in the forward packs. It's just a lack of creativity. Hopefully the side can come together to get that and win the game tonight. And here are the sides that both teams have put out. First of all, we're going to look at the Castleford Tigers, because after their win, it seems like not too much has changed, apart from Greg Eden going to fullback as Gareth O'Brien returns to the side. Chase Blair is dropped from the side as Alex Sutcliffe returns from the bench to start in the centre, while Danny Richardson will be looking to tick the team over. The two Georges are the front row pair, as Griffin and Lawler pair up once again with Paul McShane at dummy half. Alex Mellor is in the second row for another game, while on the bench we see Adam Milner, Danny Smith, Sua Matagi, and also Jake Mamo completing the lineup. For Hull FC, they are thankful for the return of Jake Connor, who's looking to start at standoff as he has been out with a knee injury for the last few games. Jack Walker will continue at fullback, but there's only one change other than Connor in the backs, with Connor Wynne being in the centre position for Josh Griffin. In the forwards, excuse me, Ellis Longstaff drops to the bench as Joe Lovadua will look to be at second rower or even at loose forward. Liggy Sow and Kane Evans are the forward pairing, while Jordan Lane and Brad Fash complete the forward pack. On the bench, we see a more experienced bench as Jordan Johnston returns from injury. Scott Taylor and Jack Brown joins young Ellis on the bench. After Danny Richardson's only penalty gave Castleford the lead, it was Kenny Edwards and Greg Eden who found a gap for Darrell Alfords to go over in the corner, which Danny Richardson made 8 points to 0. And after a Greg Eden challenge, which could have been given as a penalty try, Darrell Alfords found himself in the bin with Connor Wynne after this pushing-pulling match. One that saw Darrell Alfords with blood coming from his bridge of his nose. This gave Hull impetus and they got on the board. This time it was Vuli Gajapani who got on the end of a sweeping Hull move, which saw Gareth O'Brien injured in back play and not return for the rest of the game. Hull made it 2 tries not long after Darnell McIntosh dove over in the corner. It was checked by the video referee, but in my opinion, it touched the line. But video referee Liam Moore gave the try. Then some fantastic work off a penalty by Danny Houghton sees him outstrip the Castleford defence, who was sleeping on the matter, to score underneath the posts. Kept asking the ref blew his whistle and let him go. Luke Gale scored his 3rd conversion, and then it was Castleford back on the attack in his back on 4th first half. As Darrell Alfords went over in the corner, yet again some pushing and shoving. Alfords got his 2nd on the 32nd minute. Into the second half, and an interception pass while Castleford were down to 12 men yet again after this time Jake Mamo was simbing for descent. Saw Beretta Faraimo go the length of the field to score. That put Castleford back in the lead, which still with 12 men, it was Sua Matagi who went over right to the post through a big gap after an offload from Dan Smith. And then a fantastic big hit of Jake Connor by Mai Vanua saw Greg Eden get on the ball and pass out to Darrell Alfords, which saw the winger score a hat-trick for Castleford, which ensued another push and shove by Jake Connor Wynne as Danny Richardson celebrated a bit too much. Connor Wynne went to the bin for another argument to calm him down. Then Alfords got his 4th with a dive over in the corner. This time as well, Liggy Sow was sent off for a stiff arm in the face of a Castleford defender. Here it is. There. Straight there. That's why Jake Malman was down. While he was being treated, the referee checked with the video ref and looked at the video, and Liggy Sow, there was no option other than to be given the red card. Tell what type of game it is with Brad Fash covered in blood. Liggy Sow seemed bemused by the decision, but it was given. Another intercept from a Scott Taylor offload saw Alex Meller go 60 metres to score in the right corner. It was a great day. It was Alex Sutcliffe to score on the 74th minute for the final points of the game. And on this evening it was Castleford's day as they won 46 points to 18 in Hull's backyard in a very precious game. So that's it for another late night episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as clicking that notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. Who would you rather be in the dressing room at this moment in time? Would you rather be Danny Maguire with his HKR side, or Lee Radford with his Castleford side? Both got an outside bet of being in the top 6. Well, Castleford have got a chance of being in the top 4, and Hull KR is outside bet for the top 6. Very outside, but momentum and wins create opportunities, shall we say that? Anyway, but on the flip side, do you think that Warrington season is over now? They're just looking to find some form so that keep them in mid-table rather than being sucked down into the bottom half of the table? It might not happen this weekend, but Toulouse could catch them up in the next 2 weeks. One of those things. We'll have to find out how they get on tomorrow. Hull FC. Do you think that their top 6 chances have gone now? Another big defeat, despite some good wins along the way, but they're too inconsistent. If they did make the top 6, it'll be because they got all their players back fit and they're not getting banned. Hull fans, comment section's open for you. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. And tonight, I wish you all the best, to stay safe, and I'll see you in the next episode.